Me, Matt here.
Good, Kyle.
You know what time it is.
Me, Matt's right through the night. Killing Daniel's got the size. Wheels of fury on the ground. Engine roaring in the sound. Feel the power, let it rise. With the battle in our eyes. Wheels of fury rolling strong. Together we will carry on.
Wheels us today, can't you feel? To run a night, got to chill. On a in the road.
Hey, me, Matt here. This is Kyle, and welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. And it's a double episode once again.
Right.
But first, let's talk about what's going to happen in our home and native land. We have All Out in Toronto.
Yes, sir. This is going to be an interesting show.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know how many matches will be on the card, but again, yeah, it should be interesting. There is one match that'll probably, well, you know how I feel about it, but we'll get to it. It should be an awesome show, nonetheless, and I don't know where it's going to be exactly. I would think Scotiabank.
Let's see here. Yep, Scotiabank Arena.
Oh, sick.
And it looks, well, we got, well, there's one pre-show match listed here, but there's usually like 3 or 4, and then as far as the actual show itself, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11?
Okay. Oh, that's...
It's we want more. Right away.
The pre-show match is here. We got ourselves an 8-woman tornado tailgate brawl with football season. Well,
Oh,
NFL season just started, and I think CFL is going to start soon. Explains the tailgate part of it. Anyways, we have Harley Cameron, Mina Shirakawa, Colleen Armanata, and Willa Nightingale taking on Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, and the Triangle of Madness.
So not quite sure what this is going to entail. Like I think... Well, wait, no, Scotiabank doesn't have a football.
Scotiabank Arena?
Because it's a huge arena.
No, Scotiabank is like make-believe.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Argonauts are playing at BMO Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do here.
Yeah, really, like, call it a tailgate brawl. So basically, it's like a tornado tag. But, yeah, it's like a tornado tag, and there's going to be probably, I'm sure, stuff to do with tailgating involved, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens when we get to that match.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be...
Feel the rush. Together the night.
Team match of Cope and Christian taking on FTR. Now it was a Forbidden Door.
Yes.
Adam Copeland and Christian took on Kip Sabian and Killswitch.
Yeah.
So now they're going to take on FTR.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match. I feel like it's obviously going to go to Adam and Christian.
More than likely.
And I mean, once that happens, then what?
Yeah, I mean, like, so far, this, you know, partnership with Adam and Christian is like, okay, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'll help you with, getting your revenge on the patriarchy. You help me get my revenge on FTR.
Yeah.
Once we get this match out of the way, are maybe Christian and Adam gonna go, work their way up to the AEW tag titles?
Yeah.
Or what will be next for them? Who knows?
I think by the end of the year, I would like to see them with the AEW take titles. Otherwise, what the fuck was the point of bringing them back together?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it. I feel these guys have a lot of history together,
Oh, absolutely.
dating back to when they were kids, and like, how apropos would it be? And I know they weren't the first. Have the WWE and the AEW take team titles under their belt. No,
Yeah.
unintended.
Exactly.
But like FTR, I don't see them win. Now, if their feud continues, then maybe we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to heal.
Trios match, we got the Hurt Syndicate taking on Ricochet and the Gates of Agony.
Yeah. I mean, since Ricochet's become a heel, it's just like, is it just me, or does he act like a pipsqueak? I don't know.
He's a fucking dork.
Yeah, that's another way of putting it.
I mean, you got the constant, ball jokes
Yep.
towards Ricochet. And then he got pretty good promo still, but then there's that stupid laugh at the end.
Well, I mean, at least Toilet Paper Gate ended months ago.
Yeah, that was... Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm assuming that we both agree that it's going to be the Hurt Syndicate.
More than likely, yeah. I mean, considering the fact that it was the Gates of Agony that cost Lashley and Shelton the tag titles in the first place,
Yep.
I got a feeling it's more likely going to go to the Hurt Syndicate. This is going to be one of those rare occasions we see MVP get the ring.
Yeah. I know the dude can still wrestle. I don't know still what's wrong with his leg and why he has the cane.
I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with him at all. I think the cane has become part of his stick. Much like, Paul Bear with the urn, or Jim Cornette with the tennis racket, or who else can I throw out there? It was just part of his character, if you will.
I mean, when you look at his career, we'll go to the independent scene, but also WWE U.S. champion. I think he was a tag team champion with Mark Henry.
I believe so.
IWGP Intercontinental champion, which I found out recently.
Right.
And so, why not have him wrestle? I don't get it.
It seems like they're mainly focused on having MVP manage Lashley and Shelton.
Yeah. And I know I heard he has a heart condition. Well, that's what I heard years ago, but it's going to be cool to see him in the ring again, that is for sure.
Yeah. I've seen, you may have already watched the full interview, or maybe not, I don't know. I've recently seen a few snippets on Instagram of an interview MVP did with Van Vliet. And he got in depth about a few things. One of the things he got in depth about is his past. do believe it was mentioned a little bit on like when he was in WWE, like, but nothing really was like fully talked. Like it wasn't really like, and they didn't really make a big deal out of it. It wasn't really that in depth. What MVP talked about in this interview with Chris was when he was 16 years old, he committed. He didn't specify where it was or whatever, but he committed an armed robbery and he went to prison for 9 years.
Oh.
And, well, it started out as, like, Chris had asked him about the potential of MVP being a world champion in WWE, and then, you know, MVP went into depth about, you know, when he was 16, and they had the armed robbery charge, he went to prison for 9 years, and then he got out, and it was the corrections officer that he had is the reason why he got into wrestling. But the prison that he was at would do, I think it was like they have jobs, they go wash dishes or do work somehow. And their downtime before they go to whatever job they had, this corrections officer would bring in wrestling tapes, I'll say, and they would watch it while they're, you know, waiting to go to whatever the job they had. And this corrections officer was like, hey, when you get out of here, if you're still interested, I'll train you. And that's what led MVP to get into wrestling. But it was because of this armed robbery charge and him spending 9 years in prison, and WWE was concerned about him not being able to go to certain countries because of this armed robbery charge. And he explained about getting a letter of rehabilitation or whatever it was, that he could say, hey, yeah, I did this, you know, I went to prison for 9 years for an armed robbery, but this letter shows that I went, you know, I did my time, I, you know, went through the necessary steps to, you know, I paid my debt to society essentially and whatever. And when AEW was in London for Forbidden Door, of course he wasn't able to be there, and basically it was because of this armed robbery thing, what do you know, that he did when he was 16.
So, I feel like that raises the question of why in 2015 he was able to go to the UK for a lot of the TNA shows.
Maybe, yeah, TNA probably was able to, like, get letters of recommendation or something along those lines for MVP to go to do these shows in the UK with TNA. There are some steps that you gotta go through to, you know, travel for work as a wrestler, or I'm sure probably in general.
Yeah.
After you commit a crime of some kind, whatever the case may be, let's say you haven't spent time in prison.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. And maybe MVP talked about that in this interview, I don't know.
Yeah, I still have to watch it.
TBS Championship is Mercedes Moné takes on Riho.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll say it again, as I said before. If Mercedes loses, she has nothing to lose.
Yeah, considering the fact she's got fucking 8 other titles.
That's exactly it. So, obviously, I'm gonna say Riho, but
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, I mean, if Riho wins, like, okay, it took the TBS title off of Mercedes. Fine. She's got, all these other championships she's gonna defend and, whatever else. And then Riho can, do whatever with the TBS championship. If Mercedes retains, it's like, okay, who's gonna challenge Mercedes next? Don't know.
Yeah.
It's like AEW is doing whatever they can to, find new opponents for Mercedes, which is great. And, I have mentioned this before, it's a scenario much like Roman Reigns when he held the title for 1,300 and, what was it, 63 days or 1,300 and some odd days.
Yeah.
As the title reign goes on, it's like, okay, who's going to challenge next? Whoever challenges next, are they going to be the one to take the title off of her, him,
Well, I mean, look at the case of Athena.
Exactly, I was just thinking that,
Yeah.
too. She's held a Ring of Honor Women's Championship now for 1,000 days, and it's been a hell of a title run. It's like, okay, when do you take the title off her? Who do you put the title on? Same with Mercedes. It was the same with Roman. Mercedes and Athena are the two cases now of like, okay, Mercedes isn't, quite up, like hasn't held the title as long as Athena's held the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. But it's still the same thing of like, okay, we got Riho challenging Mercedes. If Mercedes retains, who's next? Whoever's going to challenge Athena next for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Will they take their off her? Maybe. If she defends it and retains, what's next?
Yeah, I have no clue.
That's just the way it is.
I just feel like, yeah, it's only a matter of time. And look, Mercedes has nothing to lose. It's gonna be a while before she has another match for all the other titles that she's holding.
Yeah.
So, it's like, it gets kind of monotonous after a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Give a rush. Together be nice.
These next two matches are woo-hoo, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have John Moxley taking on Darby Allin in a coffin match.
Ooh. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, you look at somebody like Darby Allin. Here's a guy that I called a glorified stuntman. But this guy has been the TNT champion. He's been one hell of a wrestler. He just recently climbed Mount Everest.
Yes.
He had a very good run teaming with Sting.
Yes.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before they give him the AEW title.
I think so.
There was this rumor that they were going to turn him heel. I don't know how well that would work, though.
Yeah.
It would be a classic case of just like probably Goldberg or WCW when they turned him heel. It was the shits. But you look at someone like John Moxley, who's a guy who, whether you like the Death Rider thing or not, and the fact that he held the AEW title as long as he did,
Right.
he's still very aggressive. He's still one of the best hardcore type wrestlers. He is basically the Terry Funk of this generation.
Basically.
So, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a match. I want to say Darby Allin, but it could also be John Moxley, considering the fact that you have the Death Riders in his corner.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a fucking good match, that's for sure.
Yeah, right.
In a rush. It's we rock.
You see how this works out. MJF taking on Mark Briscoe in a tables and tacks match.
it just gets better and better, doesn't it?
So you know for sure you're going to have tables and thumbtacks. I'm sure we're going to see thumbtacks stirred across tables. You know, throwing on the can. It's going to be wild and woolly.
We just recently saw thumbtacks on a boot.
Yeah.
Like, use your imagination and it's gonna be wild. I just love the fact that AEW, from as much flack as they get, they put on one hell of a show.
Oh, always.
Like, whether it's a steel cage match, whether it's a thumbtack and table match, or a Texas death match.
Yeah.
Like, you can compare it to a modern day version of MXW, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, they're taking what they did in Japan and they're bringing it over in the United States.
Yeah.
I just think that this is going to be an interesting match, and I have no clue. I have no idea. I think Mark Briscoe is definitely one that might win, but who knows what MJF has in store.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, it's only a matter of time before he gets the AEW title back.
Yeah, you can say that.
It could fucking happen. So, I mean, honestly, I don't know for this one.
Yeah.
And mostly because I don't know what the stipulation's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, it's tables and it's tacks. I'm sure it'll be probably just like, you know, pinfall or submission, and you can use tables, you can use tacks, and probably God knows whatever else.
Will be thumbtacks glued to tables? I don't know.
Probably.
That'd be fucking sick. And I mean, yeah. The last match that we saw, they threw everything but fire.
Basically.
I thought that was awesome. And that's why I love professional wrestling. You can have a lot of varieties. You could have a luchador match. You could have a hardcore match. You know, everything, like, in between. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how else to put that into words, but
That pretty much sums it up.
yeah.
You know, like I said, you can have a hardcore match, you can have a luchador match, you can have a technical match, you can have, you know, you have tag matches, and you know, just a wide variety.
Give a rush. Together we unite.
So next we're going to a 4-way for the AEW Women's World Title, as Timeless Tony Storm defends against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla.
Yeah, that Tekla's a wild one, that's for sure. I mean, you have Tony Storm against all these three women. And the thing that she recently did with that Singapore game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel that Tony is money.
Yes.
And the fact that she's been the champion again for this long. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you have these three women that are fucking awesome.
Yes.
So it's almost like, I want to say Tony Storm. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pick Tony Storm or Tesla.
Okay.
Because I feel like, yeah, Tesla just came in not too long ago.
Yes.
And I was thinking it would be awesome to see Tesla versus Mercedes. But, yeah, I think Tesla, it's a matter of time before she takes the title.
It's Tekla, not Tesla. Tekla.
Well, anyways, yeah.
I did get the joke. That joke was good though.
Nah.
Tesla versus Mercedes. Yeah, two car brands against each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's Tekla. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I feel like with Tekla, still gotta build her up more.
Yeah.
And, you know, get the fans more behind her. Like, it's been quite a slow build to get the fans supporting her, and I think, I mentioned this before, that's why they put her with Sky Blue and
Julia Hart.
You know, the fans are behind Julia and behind Sky Blue. That's why, and so you have Tekla with them. It's only going to boost her credibility.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, again, it's going to be a good match. But, as always, chin up, tits out,
And watch for the shoe. Hell yeah. Now we have a 3-way for the Unified Championship as Okada takes on Takeshita and either Mascara Dorada or the Beast Mortis. I imagine Mascara Dorada and Beast Mortis are more likely going to have a match tomorrow on Dynamite. And whoever wins is going to be in this 3-way.
Right. Huh. Like, Okada's been a good champion. I feel like Takeshita could take the title to the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
Beast Mortis would be interesting, though.
Very, yes.
I mean, Mascara Dorada, I don't know if he's going to stay in AEW or go to Ring of Honor. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I can't really pick a winner.
Yeah, really.
I don't know.
Yeah, who? Who knows?
Right away, feel the rush.
Big Bill taking on a returning Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, I just saw this today, actually. I feel like Big Bill can do the job, but honestly, Eddie Kingston's a lot like John Moxley.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this motherfucker can go.
Yeah?
And I don't think that he can lose. But at the same time, you look at Big Bill and it's like, you know, I know the Learning Tree broke up, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name.
I mean, I guess he can. Well, I mean, Jericho's been on tour with Fozzy.
Yes.
And so Big Bill and Brian Keith
Yeah.
have been doing their own thing tag team wise. I imagine probably Keith will be in Big Bill's corner for this match, more than likely.
Yeah, so I mean, it's an either or situation, and I know that Eddie Kingston has just come back.
Yes.
Is he gonna be fit enough to go, or is he gonna be gassed? I don't know.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen Eddie since he broke his leg in that match against Gabe Kidd. There's a no rope, beat the hell out of each other, and Eddie went for a moonsault onto Gabe on the other side and smashed his shin on the top of the barricade. And yeah.
I can't believe that was that long ago. Jesus.
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, who knows? Like, I haven't kept up with what Eddie is doing nowadays. So he could be in shape. I don't know.
Yeah, really.
For fucking 2 years. At least.
Yeah. Now there's going to be a 4-way ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. And it's to be determined though, because we don't know who the other 3 teams
I
are
don't
yet.
know. I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens on Wednesday or even Collision.
Yes.
It's like 4-way take teams. I don't know if there's qualifying match. No, it has to be.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah.
to round things out for the
Wheels us today, can't
AEW World Championship, Hangman Adam Page defends against Kyle Fletcher.
Well, you know how I feel about champion versus champion.
Right.
I don't know why they had to put that on here. Really? You couldn't find a credible opponent for Kyle Fletcher? Like, this is not... I don't see this being a main event. I mean, it could be the main event, but you're also having... Unless this is just for the title, like the AEW title.
Yes.
But this is ridiculous. Once again, you take a wrestler who's already a champion and you're putting him against the heavyweight champion? Like, this is bullshit. You fucking know better. I am fucking sick and tired of double champions. And I'm not saying that Kyle Fletcher is gonna win. I'm just saying that this is bullshit.
Right.
I feel like Adam Page can go on and do better and have better matches with other people who are not fucking champion. And then we'll see what happens with Kyle.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest thing ever. Like, seriously. It was bad enough to see Mercedes with all those titles. Even though, yeah, I know Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously I'm gonna go with Adam Page.
Yeah, really. Yeah, Hangman's going to retain for sure.
It's just, it's not just AEW, it's not just WWE. I'm sure every company has their double champion. You know how I feel about it. I think it's bullshit. It sucks, and it shouldn't happen. I mean, what's next, honestly?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Adam Page.
Yeah. Hangman for sure.
Hashtag cowboy shit.
You.
So, this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury.
Aye.
And all out in Toronto.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I know ticket sales are going to be through the roof.
Probably.
So, I mean, I'm just saying. But, anyways, that's another rant for another day. But, yeah, that's that, and pretty soon we're going to talk about WrestlePalooza,
WrestlePalooza.
which obviously an ECW revival, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so in the meantime and in between time, well, this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury. I'm Matt, this is Killer Kyle.
We'll catch you in the next one.
Deuces.
Later.